Ever look in the mirror and think, man, I feel great, but the person looking back at me looks kind of tired, or maybe a little more serious than you actually feel? It happens to so many of us, and a lot of the time, it all comes down to the upper part of the face. So today, let's dive in and demystify what's going on with our brows and talk about one of the best ways to fix it.
And really, this is the question that gets the ball rolling for a lot of people. It's that disconnect, right? Between how you feel on the inside, full of energy, and what your face might be saying to the world. Maybe people are always asking if you're okay or if you got enough sleep, even when you're feeling on top of the world. And look, this isn't just about vanity. It's about wanting your outside to match your inside.
So what is the culprit behind that tired or, maybe even angry look? Well, it's often something we call a heavy brow. The official medical term is browaptosis, but honestly, heavy brow kind of says it all, doesn't it? Let's break down what that actually means.
Okay, so when you look at these signs, you start to see how they're all connected. It's like a domino effect. The eyebrows start to feel heavy and droop a little, which then causes that extra skin to hood over your eyelids. That hooding is what gives you that tired or sad appearance. So what do you do without even thinking about it? You start raising your eyebrows all the time, just to see better. And that, in turn, is what carves in those deep forehead lines. See? It's all one big chain reaction.
So why does this happen? Well, you've got a few things to blame here. First, there's just the natural process of aging. Our skin loses that bounce back, that elasticity. Then you've got good old gravity, which is, always doing its thing. But genetics, that plays a huge part in when and how this all goes down for you personally. And of course, things like sun damage can totally put the whole process on fast forward. All right, so we've got the problem down. Now for the good part, the solution. When it comes to really correcting a heavy brow for the long term, the most direct approach is a procedure called a brow lift. Now, it's super important to get this. A brow lift isn't just some simple straight-up pull. It's actually a pretty sophisticated procedure. The whole idea is to lift the brows back up to a more natural, youthful spot. And when that happens, it creates this awesome ripple effect. It smooths out those deep forehead lines and gets rid of that heavy, hooded feeling over your eyes. The goal here is a more open and rested look, not a permanently surprised one. Nobody wants that deer in the headlights look, right? Okay, so if this is something you're thinking about, you need to know it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. You've definitely got options. And the right path for you is going to depend on your specific anatomy, what you're hoping to achieve, and just how much your brow has started to descend. So the first fork in the road is basically deciding between non-surgical and surgical. Non-surgical stuff, like Botox, can give you a subtle improvement, sort of a mini lift by relaxing the muscles that pull your brows down. But if you're looking for that really noticeable, significant, long-lasting elevation, well, that's where surgery comes in. It physically repositions the tissue for a much more dramatic and durable result. Now, even within surgery, there are different ways to do it, and this chart breaks it down perfectly. First up, the endoscopic lift. This is a really popular, modern way to do it, with tiny little incisions hidden up in your hairline, which means you get minimal scarring. Next, we have the corona lift. This is a more traditional method with a longer incision, but man, it can give a powerful, really long-lasting lift. Then there's the direct lift, done right over the eyebrow itself. It gives the surgeon incredible control over the shape, but the trade-off is a scar that's a bit more visible. And finally, the internal lift, which is often done at the same time as eyelid surgery, using the same incision for a little boost. As you can see, each one has its own unique balance of pros and cons.
So let's peek behind the curtain at that endoscopic technique, because it's pretty neat how it works and shows how far surgery has come. The surgeon makes a few small incisions hidden away in the hair. Then they insert a tiny camera, that's the endoscope, which lets them see everything they're doing on a screen. From there, they can gently lift the forehead tissues and anchor them into their new, higher position. Pretty amazing, right?
Okay, so the procedure itself is, believe it or not, just the beginning. What comes next, the recovery, is just as crucial for getting a great result. So let's walk through what that road to recovery actually looks like. This timeline gives you a really honest look at the healing process. That first week, that's when you'll have the most swelling and bruising, which is why sleeping with your head propped up is so important. By weeks 2 to 4, you're starting to feel and look a lot more like yourself, but you still got to take it easy. The big takeaway here is really just patience. It can take a good 3 months for everything to settle and for you to see that final, beautiful result. So, what can you actually do, and what should you absolutely avoid? Well, light stuff like walking is great. You can probably get back to a desk job in about a week. But what you really have to avoid is anything that strains your forehead or gets your blood pressure up. So no heavy lifting, no intense workouts for a few weeks. It's all about protecting the area and letting it heal without any extra stress. Okay, now this is super, super important.
Complications are not common, but you absolutely have to know the warning signs. Any of these things on this list, really bad pain, signs of infection, any weird changes in your vision, or a fever, these are your red flags. Think of these as the don't wait, call your doctor now signs. Being aware is the best way to have a safe recovery.
All right, you've made it through recovery. So what now? What are we looking at for the long haul? Let's talk about the final outcome and, just as important, how you keep it looking great.
You know, this quote really hits the nail on the head. The whole point of a brow lift isn't to make you look like a different person. It's about restoring a look that actually reflects how you feel inside. It's all about getting that long-lasting, more open and rested appearance that we talked about from the very beginning.
So you've got this amazing result. How do you protect your investment? Well, it really boils down to these 3 simple but non-negotiable things. You've got to have a good skincare routine, you have to avoid smoking, which just destroys your skin's collagen, and you have to be serious about sunscreen every single day. Think of it like an insurance policy for your procedure. And we'll wrap up with this thought. We've gone through the what, the why, and the how. But in the end, it all comes back to a personal feeling. What does looking and feeling rested and truly refreshed actually mean to you? That's really what it's all about.